for someone who's just starting from zero with this, it kind of like explain the concept in the most simplest way, like the difference between crypto exposure and truly
Yeah.
owning your crypto.
Oh, absolutely. It's a really good question. So these days, most people, I would say that own crypto, they probably own maybe ETFs of like Bitcoin or whatever cryptocurrencies, or they have crypto on an exchange. And you can go back to the old saying, not your keys, not your coins. This is a foundational principle that cryptocurrency really emphasizes. So you don't have true ownership unless you control your private keys. And when crypto is on an exchange, you don't control your private keys. I personally use Edge Wallet. I'm a big believer in Edge. I think the app is super user friendly, and I think that's really, really important. If we don't have if we don't have user friendly applications, people are not going to gravitate towards that. People are going to gravitate towards what's easiest. People don't have so much time these days. They're focused on their families, they're focused on providing for their families. So unless things become really simple, the average person is not going to take the time to learn something new.
And do you think that's the main reason so many people are leaving their assets on exchanges? Is there just a lot of friction and complexity involved in the alternative?
Yeah, I think so. I think there's a bit of a learning curve. I think a lot of really smart people are working on ways to even get rid of like seed phrases or just make things a lot more simple. And like I said, Edge, I think does a phenomenal job at that. But even I'm hearing talks of like Zcash, for example, doing something with possibly getting rid of addresses or having alternatives. And I'm not sure. Like I'm not necessarily the most technical person, but it is really interesting some of the things that are being changed on that front. But I think people will always gravitate towards what's easiest, and I think maybe that's done by design too. Like obviously these platforms have so much control over us and they're able to censor us. It almost seems like it was created like that on purpose.